Do you have an amazing product or an amazing business or service, but you're getting stuck with the sales? Meaning that when you have an opportunity to make a sale, it's just not happening. You may have this beautiful sales script, you may have gone to these classes, you may have studied it, but for whatever reason, it's not working. Been there, done that. And it wasn't until I learned how to shift my mindset that my sales started coming in and they started becoming easier. And I actually started enjoying it. And I'm going to share that in just a second. Before I get to that, I want to share a story that I heard this morning on a podcast. And it's about a product called IT Cosmetics. A lot of you women have seen them, maybe on QVC and on store and in stores. But the story behind it is from the founder, and her name is Jamie Kern Lima, and she founded it a number of years ago. And she started in her front room. She didn't have much money, but she finally, after I think it was 3 years, she got an opportunity to be on QVC. And so she's like, okay, here's my one chance. I have 10 minutes. And they were down to $1,000 in their bank account. They actually had to go to 23 different lenders to finally get a loan so that they could create enough product to sell on QVC so they could be accepted. So they were already in the hole. So this was a big deal. And this was her chance to really shine. So she gets there and she wants to go against the grain. I want you guys to really pay attention to what I'm saying because this is the key. The reason why she started her company was not just for another beauty product, the reason why she started was because she had rosacea. And rosacea is this thing, it's where your skin gets really bright red and it can be bumpy and it's hard to cover up with makeup. And she couldn't find a makeup to do it. So anyway, that's why she designed IT Cosmetics to address these issues that us normal women have. And so anyway, this was her chance. And all the experts, the QVC experts told her, hire models to do the sales, hire models to be your demo people. And she's like, no, I want to have real women on that have real skin and show that they are beautiful too. And in her head, what she stepped into was that she wanted a woman, she saw a woman that was in Oklahoma folding laundry. It was a mom. And this woman in her head no longer felt attractive. And that's who became her avatar. That's who she was speaking to. That's the woman that she wanted to help, not these fake women. And it became very important to her. It was her why. Remember that it was her why that kept her driving to produce this product, to work so darn hard to make it successful, to finally get on QVC. And to get on QVC, you have to work really, really hard to even get them to accept you on. So anyway, it was her chance to be on. Everyone at QVC and the other experts told her, no, don't do it that way, but she did. And she said she had 10 minutes. She was watching the clock go down. And what she said was she forgot that they actually, if you're not selling X amount of products in X amount of minutes, they will take you from 10 minutes down to 2 minutes. And so she's like, oh my gosh, can you imagine the pressure of what she was going through? But she stayed true to her why. She was not there. She was no longer thinking about the cash and the money and the product. She was thinking about this woman in Oklahoma folding laundry who did not feel beautiful anymore. That's who she was selling to. And it helped her break through that fear and overcome all the sales jargon that we get caught up with. So that's my message. So let me take this back to how it worked for me. I had spent a bunch of money going to sales trainings and having different lists or different scripts that I went by. And every time I did it, I didn't feel authentic because I was focusing more on the script and answering the questions and trying to remember, okay, what am I supposed to go back to? Until finally I got so tired of it, I threw the scripts out. And I remember deciding in my head, you know what? I'm not going to use a script. I'm just going to listen. And I know that what I do is transformative. I know that I can change lives. And I have, and I continue to. And that's where I'm going to come from. So I'm just, whether this person buys from me or not, I don't care. I'm going to give them value. So I started coming from that standpoint of wanting to help people instead of following a script or anything else. And once I did that, and I was speaking to these people, women and men, from my heart, and I was fully listening to what was really the pain points behind why they picked up the phone and called me, everything changed. I started enjoying what I did more. I looked forward to talking to these people, not because I was thinking of the sales. The sales were actually the last thing on my mind. I was thinking of how can I help this person right now who's stuck in pain get over it? And then if it's a fit, then we can talk about it and we'll see what happens. But what happened was when I started coming at it from that standpoint, this was my big fat why. My why was to create the transformation in other people's lives that I had gone through that helped pull me out of this dark depression to leading a life that I love and I felt totally fulfilled. That's where I was coming from now. And that's when sales started increasing, my confidence went up, and word of mouth spread. Everything changed from that moment on. So, getting back to IT cosmetics. So, Jamie ended up, she boomed on QVC. She did really well. And she ended up selling her business to L'Oreal for over $1 billion. So, again, it's when you detach from worrying about the money and you dive into your why. What's your mission? Why are you doing what you're doing? That you can, one, overcome objectives that come up when you start with running a business. That's just part of the par, is that you got to be able to you have to be able to overcome challenges. But then when it comes to sales, when you're talking to people from your heart and really trying to help them, your authenticity shines through and you will increase your sales because no longer are you coming at it from a scarcity mindset. So there you have it.